You understand me? This your OG, Trick, live Fly Zone radio show on Shade 45. I'm in the Blue Room live on 8 Mile. If you know, you know. If you don't, it ain't for you, bitch. Welcome back. Thank everybody for listening. If you tuned in last week and checked out Ant Beat, you'll understand that today is the second part of my series of great producers. My favorite producer in the building right now, my nephew, Maestro Williams. What's up with it now? What's good? I mean, listen, you don't do interviews, so I'm fucking stoked.
I don't do this.
That's what my
interview number 4 in my whole life.
That's what my show is about, doing interviews with people that don't necessarily do them too often. So.
Yeah, I don't get outside much.
I ain't mad at you, cause fucking outside sucks.
Damn, these new niggas are so weird.
We gonna be playing some of your records you produce, talking over some of your instrumentals, and talking shit the Maestro way. You understand me?
Okay, yeah, I'm with it.
I think the world needs to see what this silent riot is about.
Oh man,
let's get to it.
Yes,
This is the Fly Zone radio show. This is Shade 45. It's your OG Trick. My nephew Maestro will be right back.
Time for some action.
The Fly Zone radio show. This is Shade 45. If you're listening to the satellite, actually broadcasting this on Sirius XM Shade 45, just know myself and the people at Shade 45 and Sirius XM indeed appreciate your listenership, because it's a lot of shit you could be listening to or riding to right now or watching, but you're watching our crazy ass. And promise not to let you down, but I have to be honest with you all. I can't give you too much of me here, in my opinion. That's why I do one-on-one interviews with my guests who are very talented individuals, and I think it's good to get into the mind of the extremely talented so that you can understand the mind of a maniac or the mind of a master, the mind of a genius, for fuck sure, the mind of a maestro. And goddamn you, today I have captured my nephew on 8 Mile.
Yeah.
Snagged him. Yeah. Sent him on a wild goose chase.
Man.
For some music and some production, which you hear in the background. And you, of course, you know, if I interview producers, I put their music in the background. So this is Maestro's music in the background. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Maestro right here. What up, though?
What up, though?
What's the good word,
I'm
man?
feeling excellent.
Yo, cheer,
fucking
dog.
excellent. Yeah.
Me and you be talking about some wild shit, some next level planetary shit.
We got some years of. It's like you, my mom, maybe Jordan. It's only a few people I get off the phone with and be like, "Damn, we've been talking for like 3 hours."
3 hours.
What the fuck is important for 3 hours? Yeah, you one of the only ones. Yeah.
But you'll be so enlightened by the time you accumulate so much knowledge, and I even accumulate a lot of knowledge in the conversations we have. It's not just about technical shit, because you store it in my phone as askmaestro.com.
Yeah.
Always these type of people, we work late in the middle of the fucking wee hours, so he's available at 3 o'clock in the morning to say what's the shortcut to, you know, a plug-in or et cetera, et cetera. Any fucking thing you want to know about Pro Tools, this guy is the guy.
We trying this shit.
How I guess first have to see, I know you played in church.
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time. So did church start your producer's journey?
I don't know. I can't nail it. Maybe you could say it was that. It was I was always around music. So I guess you could say it was church because my pops was the minister of music at the church. So it was a keyboard in the house. I was always at all the rehearsals. Sunday, you know, I'm sitting there watching my daddy play, you know, this big old organ. My mama used to say, I used to play her glass shells as if they was the organ. She always used to have to stop me to keep me from killing myself while I'm 3 years old, banging on her glass shells.
So you can play the organ?
Yeah, I play. Well, I play
double-layered church organ.
I play on the organ, right?
Okay,
so watch this. So it's certain instruments I'll play. Like my favorite instrument to play is probably Pro Tools, if that make any sense.
Oh, buddy, trust me, make all the sense in the world.
But
say that one more time.
Yeah,
look in that camera, please.
My absolute favorite instrument to play is Pro Tools.
Pro Tools.
Inside of there, whatever is inside of here, I can make your ears hear what's inside of my brain
using Pro Tools.
Pro Tools, yeah.
What's your many of us haven't experienced the updates.
It took me a minute.
I have such a load of greatness in plugins and sounds, and I refuse. But which Pro Tools are you using now?
I'm using the whatever the ultimate latest one with the
that one.
2,000 tracks.
Is that a subscription?
No, I don't do subscriptions. No, I bought that out. I don't want nobody pimping me for my studio, man.
I can dig it.
Like, no.
I can dig it. That's right.
No, I pay you for this thing, and we good.
That's right.
It's mine now, and yeah.
Now you work with a lot of artists, nephew, and some of them, you know, pretty big artists. You've done R&B. You work with Monica Blair. You in a band called
My Detroit Players.
Yes,
sir.
You produce for any type of fucking artist.
Yeah, I'm kind of like the chameleon. Like it's like my gift and my curse, cause I'll do like some hip hop shit, some R&B shit, some jazz shit.
Well, this the one that get me.
Some gospel. You know, I'm getting classic. I'm all over the place.
This what I want to ask you about.
Okay.
What is the street? What orchestra?
Street Symphony Orchestra.
The Street Symphony Orchestra. Yeah. Talk to me. Tell about the Street Symphony Orchestra.
Street Symphony Orchestra. Actually, it was crazy. Marv came up with that name. Marv One. Shout outs to Marv One. He got this crazy.
What up, nephew?
Album about to come out. I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Make sure you check that out. We got the joint with Freeway. But yeah, he actually came up with that name. I was trying to come up with a name for my publishing company. And he was like, well, no, it was like I guess it was a publishing company / producer thing. I don't know. But he came up with Street Symphony Music, and the orchestra thing, right? I hear a bunch of hip hop, a bunch of rap, a bunch of this, that, and the other. And once upon a time, Quincy Jones was like the biggest thing in music, right?
For sure.
They just dropped the Netflix special on We Are the World.
I can't wait to fucking watch it,
bro. You see, like,
how they lured everybody
outside of just the music thing, how he was able to deal with people as a producer. Like, to be able to produce things, you got to be a fucking psychologist. And,
believe that.
Yeah, all types of shit. So, yeah, he pulled that off. So, I don't know. I just grew up listening to all types of, but everything.
I need you to tell me what that is, cause.
What you mean? Like
what is it? The Street Orchestra?
Street Symphony Orchestra?
Street Symphony Orchestra. What is the Street Symphony Orchestra?
It's all me. It's all the I don't know if this sounds I have different musicians in my head when I'm coming up with different shit. And they're not all black, they're not all white, they're not all Japanese. That depending on what genre it is that I'm going for, I can imagine these people, and they've been the same people in my head for like probably like the last 25, 30 years. Like my bass player is an old fat nigga in a chair with a cigar in his mouth, with a campaign hat on. That's my bass player in my head.
So when you playing the bass,
every time I do a bass line, that's who's playing the bass line.
In your head.
Yeah, I
told y'all this motherfucker was crazy. Didn't I?
I got a whole my string section they're all Japanese. My string section is all Japanese.
Listen, I'm not fucked up with your method.
People that's been playing the violin professionally since they was damn near 3-4 years old.
So listen, do you know these musicians? Like
I've met a lot of them. I've met a lot of them. I mean, that's kind of how.
No, I mean like. Oh, so you do know some of them personally.
Growing up, it was like I got a chance to see certain things that I don't know if every kid on Joy Road got a chance to see. So,
meaning like shit like what?
The actual musicians, the actual fat dudes sitting there playing the bass player, the actual Japanese, string players. Leslie B. Dunner, one of the first prolific black conductors of orchestral music in the country. I was singing, solos at Orchestra Hall when I was 11 years old. Joints written by Hannibal Peterson. It was a whole different thing. My mom trying to keep me out of certain shit, and she saw how much I was like really, really into music, so she like kept me in a bunch of different programs. And every summer I used to be mad that I didn't get a chance to chill with my friends. You know what I'm saying? That summertime, because I had to go to this kind of music camp, or this kind of art camp, or this kind of summer camp, and
it's crazy how a lot of the people that a lot of people around us, so many of them remember you from school and being in bands and like they can call out something that you used to do specifically.
That's the first,
so many people.
Everybody I see from back in the day, it's the first thing to ask me. You still doing music? Like every single time. I'm talking like it's crazy. I got family members. The family members you barely see.
Yeah.
They don't know what to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Everybody talked to me about music.
That's it.
Since I can remember. I got baby pictures of me behind a keyboard, you know what I mean? Behind a Wurlitzer, like a real keyboard. So it's like I don't remember a time without it.
You got any producers that you look up to?
Oh man. My producer list is so weird.
I heard that fucking drop in that song you just did. I saw it.
Yeah, that's
with my eyes.
When you hear the lyrics to the song, it's it's a little.
Tell me something about this track, right? What is this?
This is a track for Bug Wilder.
Is this out?
No, this is not out.
Because people ask me, those of you asking what is the track, there you go.
AKA Bree Buhari. And this is my guitar player, actually from my Detroit Players, Duminy DePorres is playing on this. I had about, 3 or 4 months to just come up with like an entire album for her. And that shit went crazy. Like I kind of pulled myself out of retirement and realized like, oh shit, I still got it.
Fuck, we'll be right back to Fly Zone Radio, Shade 45. The Fly Zone Radio Show. I sound like an OG, old school DJ. I am an OG. For those of you that like to say old nigga, thank you very much. I fucking made it, okay? And it didn't look good for many fucking years, so I get a kick out of this shit. I do this show, once again, at an expense of my own for the purpose of showcasing younger talent, new talent, independent talent, and using this platform on this satellite that my nigga Marshall Mathers gave me and Paul Rosenberg, shout out to Cousin Low, to do this, what I want to do for the youngsters, because I fuck with all of them. I don't like when they fight. I don't like when they beef. If it's something I feel like I need to get involved in, I get involved and tell them, hey man, y'all gotta cut that shit out, dog. Come on, bro. Let's sit down and figure out how to, let me show y'all how to, what being at the table is about. Nephew, Maestro.
Yes, sir.
You've been at the many goddamn tables. And
I've been to a lot of the tables.
you are, without going any further than saying, you are a counselor.
I have been.
You should have a fucking degree in counseling. What the?
Do not let my mom hear that part. She'd be so mad.
Should be.
I'm still a college dropout. Yeah. I got a degree in shit.
Yet you own your own studio. You have your
man.
own production company with some pretty big fucking credits.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, being at some pretty big tables. Like, I mean, you work within the whole city of Detroit. Like, if anybody's have had the pleasure of working with you.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And working with and understanding what working with a real producer is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, D12.
Yes, sir. My brothers.
It fits you perfect. First time I saw you with them was when we went on tour.
Okay.
And you was performing fight music.
Oh yeah.
Hype as fuck.
Me and Swift go crazy on it. I learned my hypeness off that song from Swift, because Swift go crazy.
How did y'all
every single time?
How did y'all come about? Okay, you would be the hype man for D12.
I was I did a track with Bizarre, just Get This Money joint, and eventually he was like, all right, since you doing the hook, well, I did the track, and then the hook was already on the beat, so he started performing the joint. I started hype man in just that song, and he was like, all right, well, why don't you stay up on stage with me for the whole set? I'm like, nigga, I don't even know these songs for real. So I learned the set, and I remember we had a show in Atlanta, opening up for Busta Rhymes, and we did that shit. Came back up to the show actually in Atlanta got canceled. I went down there for the shit, got canceled. So I'm like, okay, I came down here for nothing. Learned all of these songs and shit. I'm on point for nothing, right? We driving back up to Detroit, and in the middle of the ride back up to Detroit, he's like, hey man, D12 is going back on tour. Why don't you come hype man with us? I want you to do the Get This Money joint. That's, he didn't say come hype man. He said, I want you to do this Get This Money joint on the tour. And it still didn't click that it was hype man shit. So I went on tour. I think the first joint was somewhere in Canada, just north of Syracuse. It was a Never Say Never tour. It's D12, Classified, shout out to Classified, Roycified 9, and Joe Budden. My family. Royce we'll have that conversation later. But yeah, so we get up there, do the show. I do, the one song. I get off stage. And I did that for a couple of shows, and eventually Kaniva and Swift came up to me and was like, hey man, how come after this one song you keep leaving the stage? I'm like, well, that's the song I'm singing on.
Yeah. And
they like, no man, you out here with us. You out here for the whole show. And I was like, wait, what? Like all of these songs, like,
yeah, you gotta do all these.
Yeah, we doing all of these. And I literally found out on the first tour that I was on the show, like, from
now,
beginning.
Who was all on that tour with? I mean, like, as far as the group is concerned.
That was Kaniva, Swift, and Bizarre. Yeah.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Nice. I've been on that. I was on, I think, probably the second one.
Yeah, it was a good strong 8-9 years. It was tough. We was out there going crazy. We destroyed Canada. Like, I can't even imagine how many. Like, it got to the point we was going to Canada and doing the same venues at the same hotel, running into the same people, the same fans.
It happened like that.
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
get that
Them
cult
diehards,
following that'll
yeah.
pull up.
I love
It's
it.
like, you know,
Same
like
thing.
when Snoop come to Detroit. It's like, yeah, I have to go. to
Yeah, same thing overseas.
See my cousin.
I remember I was in Manchester. I went outside to smoke a cigar, and somebody yelled out, "Maestro!" And my heart dropped. I'm like,
on
yeah,
the side of the fucking planet.
on the other side of the fucking planet. I'm like, who the fuck knows me? No one knows me. What the fuck is happening?
Why is
right
this
now?
beat fucking perfect for that? You're like, no one knows me.
Why are you saying my name? What the fuck is happening? Yeah, my life was changing, and I didn't even realize it was what was happening at the time. I didn't even realize it.
How? Nah, I know, you know, I'm trying to not. You gotta understand, this is difficult. It's difficult interviewing my nephews. That's why I have other questions. But I got other questions too. But I know, because I've been on the tour and I've seen how wild it can be, especially on tour with D12.
Yeah, but
Mainly, bizarre wild motherfucker.
shit
You
get
know,
wild.
and I've been on the tour with M and Proof too, and it was a water fight at every stop, or a
sure.
fight in every city we stopped in. So but it was more player wild when the tour I went on when you was on. And I learned because I didn't know him at first. And I was like, who is this youngster? They like,
Oh man.
but Scootin' and Mel and them was like, no, we went to school with him. They called you by your name, and I'm like, I didn't know who they kept talking about. So I was like, I didn't know who he was, but I
They go to
learned.
school with me. They went to school with my brother. We had that conversation. They went to school with my brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so it didn't take long for me to find out that you were skilled in the art of touring as it relates to being a ladies' man.
Oh man, I wasn't doing shit, man. I wasn't doing shit, man.
I mean,
I wasn't.
I don't know. It was,
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't either. I'm trying. That's what I'm saying. It was, I mean, put it this way. I ain't say you did nothing, but they came out
I can say this. That because
they were very motherfucking attracted to you.
We are officially on Shade 45. I could say this and still be under the radar. You were definitely my lawyer.
I was your lawyer.
Was my lawyer?
You right. I was
my
a
lawyer.
lawyer on tour.
You were my lawyer. Yeah. That's the time I won that case.
Right.
It was another time you wasn't there. I lost.
Homie court. Oh fuck. Oh, how the fuck did? Oh man. Jesus.
It was another time I wish you was my lawyer. You wasn't there, man. I needed
Oh man, I remember that. Right. I forgot about homie court.
you. Yeah, I needed you.
I was an attorney in homie court.
A damn good one.
A damn good one. Sometime I had to be the judge. Like, wait a minute now. The niggas was on some bullshit. Wait a minute now.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was another run in Canada. It didn't go too well for me.
Now you done production for each one of those artists as well, right?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Okay. What's it like working in the studio with them? Let's say working in the studio with a Conniva versus working in the studio with Bizarre. Now I know that's the reason I'm fucking asking.
I don't know if it's like as far as like the work side of it is Spacebar 3. You know what I'm saying? Like that part. Like those my brothers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I look at it like a Marv 1 situation. Like I've been working with him since I was 14 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like certain artists,
He do that shit like it's
he don't even it's not even him doing it.
It's so effortless.
It's just like,
and then he just walk out like, you be like, there's nothing else for him to do to it, and he really just.
I'm tired of Marv surprising me.
We're gonna talk about his album when we come back. The Fly Zone Radio Shade 45. The Fly Zone Radio Show Shade 45. Naturally, we in this motherfucker medicated, and nephew got this apparatus.
Mm-hmm. It was a birthday present. I appreciate the fuck out of it.
That is Maestro.
Yeah, my trombone player from my Detroit Players.
You always had your own. That's why I fuck with you, nephew. You ain't copying a motherfucker in no way, shape, form. What?
For what? You know how much shit is going on inside. I don't have time to copy nobody else. I got too much shit going on inside of here. I'm trying to do. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sure. Original, not digital, bitch.
Man, when them niggas they stopped doing it, but it was a point in time where niggas started going outside and rocking bow ties, and I felt the way. I felt the motherfucking way. I was like, yo, they don't do that shit. And they was doing the weak ass clip on the shit. Like, man, you don't even know how to tie that bitch.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
Don't do that.
Stop doing that. Grown people don't wear clip-ons, dog. Stop doing this shit. You are in front of people, dog. Outside. Stop clipping that bitch onto the back of your neck, dog. We all know.
Holy shit. Hey, nah, goddamn. Well, you worked with him before?
In the studio once. I got a call from Biz. He was like, yeah, I don't know what was going on, but I was the keyboard player for the day.
Pull up.
And it was like, wait, what? Yeah. So yeah, pulled up and we worked. He worked the studio like a 9 to 5 job, like
literally them hours.
Yep. So,
he in rush hour, cuz.
Yeah,
for
sure.
Or not far from it.
He actually stayed a little past 5.
Yeah.
That day. We was working on some shit. I thought it was dope. I never heard it on anything, so I guess it wasn't dope enough. But
right.
Yeah, we worked in the studio together for sure. And then we was working on the D12 mixtapes. The joints he did on there. I would, mix that in with everything else.
I meant to ask nephew the other day, but I'm gonna ask you, like, you see, well, I don't know, you might not see, because I'm just finding out about a lot of things that's happening in hip hop as far as Detroit is concerned. And one of the things that I keep seeing that's like weird to me is people going after Eminem that live here.
I don't get it. I don't fucking get it.
I'm like, you can't pick another fucking target.
I never got it. I never will.
I mean, they act as if they placing him on some type of a throne, and then they trying to dethrone him. He's not on a throne. He's not trying to be on a throne of other than to be the greatest rapper to ever live, which is a quest that is worldwide.
Well, first, let's not act like he didn't. Like, he still put on for the city.
Put the fuck on, nigga.
Like,
right now.
For sure. There's never been a time. There's never been a time where
not counting the charitable donations that
the shit that
Loke make, that he choose to never say nothing about.
That, but yeah, man, come on, man. Like, it's so disrespectful, bro. It's so disrespectful.
Yeah, okay. So yeah,
it's so disrespectful.
Now, I wanted to say that just to, because
it hurts my feelings.
It make me feel a certain kind of way, too.
I'm not a hurt my feelings kind of guy. That shit
I
get
expect
to
it
me
better
it should-
because
that shit get to me in a different kind of way than
'Cause I'm prideful.
shit not supposed to get to me. That shit is like
Cause you prideful too. Like, you know, we have a pride in the culture of Detroit hip hop overall and a lot invested over the years. So it would be very uncommon to see some of us go after some of us. When there's a whole fucking country full of people that you can pick one.
It's weird as fuck.
And go after them.
This shit is weird as fuck.
Why do people want to? That's like gang banging, and I'm not a fucking gang man. I'm not a gang member. I'm not a gang banger. Gang banging is tripping on a nigga because of where he live. That to me is weird as fuck. Now I understand people get into it and say, yeah, me and Dog had it out, whoop-de-whoop. You know, we couldn't figure out a way to talk it out, so it got a little extra or whatever. Hey, that fucking happens. But to be tripping on a nigga because of where he lives seems really dumb. And
As fuck.
That's just like, we used to do that shit in junior high school.
Once upon a time.
Like niggas, we beef with niggas that live where we could see they fucking house. If you just go across the street and look down, you can see the nigga house down there. And we beefing because...
We was programmed. We was falling into the program.
There it is.
We fell for it.
See, you caught it. That's where I was going. You caught it.
Yeah, we fell for it.
Yeah, and they still falling for it.
Dummies.
That,
But
I
was
really
dummies.
can't say dummies.
No.
I would say
I can.
uneducated.
I can
Because
I was once a dummy.
well,
This is former dummy.
but you can call
Speaking to the dummies.
You can
Hey, dummy.
hey dummy.
Stop doing that
I
dumb
was
ass
watching-
shit, man.
I was watching Surfing the Sun.
Stop
earlier.
doing that dumb ass shit, bro. You don't have to.
Did you see Benzino?
Oh man. Yeah, I did. You know what I did? I fucked up. I commented on the excerpts that got posted on Instagram before I watched
The whole video.
I became
You failed.
one of the niggas I fear the most. I failed. Recently. This is still happening. This is still happening, dog. I posted on, I'm like, yo. Cause when I watch now let's be honest. The parts of the excerpts, the parts that everybody saw on Instagram, them shits is funny. Them shits funny.
The one of him
Come on,
crying.
Come on, dog. It's the dichotomy of how he starts. Now, if they just did the crying part, it's like, oh man, what's going on? But
When you see all of the fuck Eminem. I think Cuz said it like, was it? I saw a few times like when they repeated it.
You can't write that shit in a movie. Like
It's-
reality
it's
is so much better than fiction, bro. I was just telling Cuz, like, yo, you can't write that shit, bro. It's the same interview. You're wearing the same clothes, my nigga. You got the same hairstyle.
I mean, I've seen.
You can't break this shit up. You just said this.
Oh, fuck.
You just said fuck him, fuck anybody that ride with him. I'm like, wait, nigga, that's me.
That's me too, nigga.
Fuck you mean?
Oh, wait.
Fuck you mean, dog? I don't even know you. Why is this happening, dog? Dog, I found out. You know, I don't be fucking around with that social media shit and all that shit.
Drugs.
And I like through the, you know, how this shit happened. I found out this nigga threw my cousin name in the shit and threw Marv's name in the. I'm like, wait, what? For why? What? Wait,
huh?
dog. I got word that the Benzino song, this, if you consider it this.
Which one?
I don't know. I haven't heard. I again.
Oh, this is
I don't be
current,
fucking
or this
around.
is one of the?
No, it's
or
it's supposed to
something
be current. It's
Oh.
supposed to be current.
Oh, so it's who? Marshall did one.
No.
Okay.
Benzino did a current one, which is why this nigga wound up.
Oh, okay.
So when
Okay,
he's
gotcha.
on there, and I didn't get it at first, but when he's on there, like, no.
Wait, he
no,
made a
no,
current diss record?
The reason he says it, he admits it. The reason I'm on Drink Champs right now is to talk about M. The reason that is because he just dropped the song. He knows why he was on there. When he was like, I've been on, me and Jadakiss done been on here the most amount of times and blah, blah, blah. We tied for most amount of times on Drink Champs. The most recent reason he's even there is because he dropped the song. If he hadn't have dropped that song, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
He wouldn't have a reason.
We would not be having this conversation.
So he did a diss record.
He know what he doing, man. He know what he doing.
Jesus Christ.
You know this shit better than I do. He know what the fuck he doing, bro.
That's speaking from the seat of a counselor, a fellow counselor, and that's an obsession. That's a sick obsession.
Yeah.
I mean, like when
that's what I'm saying. If you look at that post I made, I'm like, ha ha ha! I can't stop laughing. Somebody need to keep an eye on Benzino.
That's something. That ain't rap.
Buddy don't look too. You know what I'm saying? Like, words are powerful, but. My nigga,
what's the saying?
Yo,
nephew,
I don't care what you said.
Few slices short of a loaf
about a nigga you got beef with, and anybody that ride with him, that's cool. But you don't look like, you know what I'm saying? You look like you might need a friend, a hug. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Well, listen,
that's cool.
I guess the grown finally came. Alerted, like at that moment, that liquor will bring the grown out your ass.
Yeah,
and I know he on there with Nori and them, so his ass was drinking for goddamn sure.
Now, once I watched the whole interview, it was like, okay, he wasn't necessarily, but was he?
What?
Crying, like the way I saw the
way the clips.
The clips. It was
like a trailer.
He was crying about Eminem.
Right.
He wasn't necessarily crying about that. But the simple fact that you said what you said at the beginning of the shit.
And then
we all saw you in the exact same outfit.
We have money.
Saying the exact opposite. That's a little weird.
We have money. We have cash bets on him coming back later and saying, "Nah, I was on some high shit."
No,
fuck that nigga.
I promise
we got cash bets.
I got okay.
Who you rolling with? We'll be right back.
With that. It's
the Fly Zone Radio Show.
1,000 and million%. He will not do that.
The Fly Zone Radio Show, Shade 45. We appreciate you checking in and hanging out with us and listening to all these Maestro hits, and keep that music coming to the flyzoneradio at gmail.com. Coming up is Gray Rizzy. He finna get down. We appreciate you listening once again. So we're gonna leave you with a little bit of game. I'm gonna say, before I give it to Maestro, the Maestro extraordinaire, I'm gonna say, make sure you use your time wisely. Make sure every moment you spend in your life is benefiting you some kind of fucking way, whether it be spiritually, mentally, physically. Make sure that moment is benefiting you. Believe that. Nephew, this the part, of course, where I give him some game before we go off the air, but we're going to keep the conversation going on the channel.
Yes, sir.
Give him something. Yeah, you got to give him some game. You got to tell him,
Oh, shit, you caught me way off guard.
Yeah, like, cause we got to mentor some niggas sometimes. Huh?
All right, here we go. Shit between men should always be simple. The second shit get complicated, somebody on some bullshit. Flat the fuck out.
You heard it. The Fly Zone Radio, Shade 45. You understand me? Live in the Blue Room So yeah, we ain't got to go back to the last conversation, but that was funny. That was fucking hilarious. I have to.
I don't even know, dude, but just looking at how he chose
Yeah.
to expose himself in that fashion.
Well, yeah. We ain't got to.
He presented it in a way for us all to look at it.
To laugh. I think he gave us comedy. Shout out to Benzino for giving us comedy.
For sure. He gave us a conversation for sure.
Oh my God. Anyway, so look, what, if any, state do you see the culture of hip hop today? Where do you see it? Yeah. What state?
It's in I see a couple of different things happening.
Okay.
I was losing hope for a really long time. I was losing hope for all of this shit, and yeah, I started hearing some things where people actually cared about bars again. People cared. I need to be smoking that.
On the mainstream stage?
On the mainstream stage, I started seeing people care about certain bars again. Actually having a conversation to better the people that we're talking to. Like, it ain't about, like, man, this shit's so fucking just weak as fuck now. I'm gonna call it what it is. Like, Pac told us. He fucking told us. He fucking told us, like, the niggas just, if it's about money, hoes, and clothes, that's the enemy. That's the fucking enemy.
Yeah.
And that's the shit that.
That's all it is.
That's the man. I can't say all it is. I can't say all it is because it's a team that's
for the mainstream.
For the mainstream, there's a couple of them that's trying. I can see a couple of them that's done already started with the bullshit, and this done snuck out a couple of songs, a couple of verses where it's like, oh wait, this nigga ain't necessarily all the way dumb. He ain't all the way with the bullshit program. I could tell by some of this shit that he's saying is like, okay, he get it.
You gotta give them what they want to give them what they need.
Some of them is scared.
Just gotta go crazy. I mean, because I've seen some of the younger artists,
but they
say some shit on their records, which I get, and then, but you see their performance and you meet them and you be like, damn, youngin', you know what I mean, got his shit together.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
For real.
It's like
a bunch of these niggas.
What they call it? Capping like a motherfucker.
Way fucking smarter. I remember I met Gucci and OJ Juice Man in Atlanta, the strip club, and I had a conversation with both them niggas and walked away with a completely different perspective from, especially back then. This was fucking 2007 or some shit, right?
Right.
From what I was hearing, I'm like, oh, these just some down south dumb niggas. Had a conversation with them niggas. I'm like, oh, they're fucking geniuses.
Believe that.
They fucking geniuses. Yeah. Like, they get it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? What's the nigga name? Waka is one of them.
Waka, yeah. Buddy got it. He gets it.
Nigga, he had a song, and the beginning of the song is actually D12 fight music. When the first two bars of the shit, he was over there working with Nani. Damn. Okay, whatever.
This motherfucking weed to do that to you.
Yeah, bro. I'm out of here. You see how them put that down? I'm on the cigar now.
Buddy, what did you have in there?
Whatever the fuck you gave me, yeah.
Cream soda. Lord Jesus.
Whatever the fuck was in here.
Oh, that was yeah.
You
do
see,
that.
you see, it's thin as fuck now.
One of the things that we be talking about, we be kicking it, is politics every now and then. I have to, sometime I feel like I have to enlighten you on certain subjects just so you won't get caught in the hype or the matrix of believing a lot of the shit. Because if you can see it on the screen, it can be made up.
There's so much other shit we supposed to be paying attention to.
Way. As far as politics and even paying attention to them, I know you don't really give a fuck. But it do kind of seem like shit changed from one to the other. And it's a million conspiracies. And just like it's a million religions. Mm-hmm. Where do you stand just on politics in general?
Politics in general. Politics is very political. I leave that shit at there. Like, it's people talking to convince other people to give them power to change and or alter the rights that they already have. And a bunch of this shit is goofy as fuck. It's goofy as fuck.
Believe that.
Yeah, we need to be paying attention to the elections that happen every 2 years and not the ones that happen every 4.
Yeah.
Like, them the ones that really matter.
You need to know who your senators are and your council people. The ones who make the laws in your community.
For sure. That's the shit that matter.
Yeah.
The other shit is
the councilman, the mayor, all the way up to the governor. Because the governor makes, they are bookkeepers, dog. That's what I tell people. We can hate this one and hate that one. All these motherfuckers are accountants.
Flat out.
Them and they side want to say, no, we want to spend the money on this. The money that y'all give us. You, the people. You pay the taxes. These people gonna pay us. President don't make that much goddamn money.
It ain't not even about that.
The
president is.
But you have billions of dollars in your campaign for a job that only pays 6 figures.
He run the money. He's budgeting enough money. If shit go down, I got enough money for this war. That's literally what that job is.
The budget.
Flat.
Period. For who?
What?
For who?
For the army.
Like, who the fuck are they doing this for? Not for us.
Nah, it's never for us.
There's no way in the fuck all these tanks and shit is to protect us.
Nah, it's to protect the gold and the oil and all the other shit.
Just to protect the territory.
And that weird ass shit they got underground.
This is the territory of the world's biggest consumer.
And in them hidden mountains.
Probably the biggest dollar exchangers live right here.
Am I saying too much?
No, Iraq, because them Iraqis got some bread.
Hey man, I've literally seen a plane fly into a mountain, and then after that bitch flew into the mountain, the door closed.
The Fly Zone Radio, Shade 45.